And hello to you. Welcome to the Retro Family 4th of July picnic. Hi, guys. It's Off Grid Arcade. Say hello.
Hello, hello, hello. Good to see everybody. Nice to be back with the group.
We've got Gaming Road Warrior Mike Seabees. Say hi.
Aloha and hello to everyone.
And Mr. G. Parker. G. Parker, hello to you. How are you?
Hello, hello, everyone.
Poe is on his way, so we're going to get Poe in here in a moment, and we're just going to have some fun. We're going to find out what we've all been up to and mess around and swap some stories. You guys into that? You okay with that?
Sounds good. Sounds like a plan.
Yep.
So I would like to start with Gaming Road Warrior, because last time we met, you were Mike Seabee's Gaming HQ and sometimes headquarters. And so now I'm checking out this new background of yours, Mike. What's going on with you, sir?
Oh, yeah, that's the last of the V8 interceptors from the Mad Max films. And basically, yeah, that's my logo now. And pretty much the channel I have that I've been working on is a gaming documentary channel. So I'm not doing anything on my old channel right now. I might later on in the future. I might do some gameplay on my arcade machines. That's set up for that. But right now I'm just working on a new channel.
I'd like to drop your link in the chat and Off Grid. If you get a chance, maybe we could work on that. G.Parkers Arcade, it's always good to see you. And it really is. We've missed seeing you here on the Retro Family lately. So welcome back. I'm glad you're here. What have you been up to?
Oh, all kinds of stuff. Spring has sprung and summer's here and it's hotter than all get out, but just seems like it's been outdoor activity time for me. And, I'm here in the Midwest where we get some brutal winters sometimes. And that's time, basically my gaming time. And seems like I've just kind of taken off a little bit while the weather's nice, but now it's going to start getting super hot. So probably be back in the AC and back to putting up more videos and doing a little more gaming. The wife and I did one just the other day on our anniversary. We actually played a little FX pinball and had a little competition down here in the G.Parkers arcade room. So we're having a good time. Basically.
Do you find that now summer's here, the sun stays out a little longer? Do you find that you stay up a little later now? Or do you still go to bed at the same early time?
Most definitely. It's where I'm at, it's staying light till after 9. And the wife and I like to sit out on the deck. We've got some lights that come on when the sun goes down. They're photosensitive, light things.
Oh, right, yeah.
And we always say we're not going in. We have our little glass of wine or something out on the deck, and we always say we're not going in until the lights come on. So it's kind of like when you were a kid, when the street lights came on, it was time to go in, and that's kind of what we do.
Right.
Very good, sir.
Right.
It is so good to see
Nice.
you. And, I would say that we would go to Off Grid Arcade and see what he's up to, but there's somebody a little more important than him, and that is Mr. Poe Style. So we should probably see what he's up to and check in with Poe. Hey, Poe.
I got a train coming through right now. You hear that?
Oh, man. The train's
Nice.
coming, hopefully with hot dogs, hamburgers, steaks. What have you been up to, Mr. Poe Style?
Well, I had vacation a few weeks ago. That was very nice.
That's great. That's fantastic.
But back to work. We were actually supposed to be seeing a bit of a slowdown at work, but then our crew leader got pretty badly injured. So now they're going to need us even more because we're one man down. So looks like it'll be a working.
We need to injure you so that you can just hang out at home. Off Grid, maybe you could take care of that. Take care of that light work for us. Off Grid, what have you been up to?
Oh, just a lot more of the same. Living out here off the grid. Did get the opportunity last week. I had to go see some doctors over in El Paso. So while we were there, we took advantage of it, made it a minication, and stayed the night so we could go to that arcade and play some pinball and some video games.
The one in El Paso, right?
In El Paso, yeah, it's a barcade kind of thing. So it's a bar, and it's not like that one that you and I went to that opens at 6 a.m. They don't open
I've got a
at 6
picture of that.
p.m. So normally when we do day trips over there, if you go to the arcade, it doesn't open till 6 at night, and then you still have a 2-hour drive ahead of you to get home. It can turn into a really late night, so we don't usually go there. But we just decided let's stay the night and play some games. And luckily for me, not many people played Donkey Kong, so I got to post the highest score for the day there. So just doing my thing out here in the desert.
See, I think that's great. I think that's fantastic. You and I met off grid. I'm kind of looking for the picture right now, but I'm not finding it. You don't happen to have it, do you? Wait, I see me at the arcade, but I'm not seeing. I swear I saved that picture. If I find it, I'll bring it up. I will.
You probably Photoshopped me out of it. It makes it worth more money if I'm not in the picture. So.
It's the one that Kelly, you and me and Kelly. I don't know where it's at. I'll have to find it.
Yeah, that was a good time. Yeah,
that was a good time. Those pinball machines are insane. Speaking of pinball machines, G.Parker still doing his thing, still playing pinball. What's the latest and greatest pinball table for you, G.Parker?
I'd have to say that I really, through all the complaining and griping and moaning with Zen's FX, the new rollout, a new FX, which is still, I defend them that they admit that it's a rollout version. But I would have to say that that latest table they came out with, which is, the Pinball Nor. That's what I'm not pronouncing it right. Pinball Nor. It's based on it's kind of a black and white with color images in it, but it's based on kind of like a old James Cagney type movie setting, and it's just my wife and I Cheryl. Actually, the ones I enjoy the most are ones that my wife enjoys the most because it gets her down here with me and into the game. And we played that Pinball Nor, and it's exclusively for the FX, the Pinball FX, which is confusing. It's not on the FX3 or the FX2, but anyway. So to ask my question, Pinball Nor by Zen, yeah.
Hey, Greg, how did that turn out when you played against Cheryl? I can't remember who won that game.
I'm sorry.
Man.
No comprende English. What? I don't know. What are you talking about? I don't know. Yeah, I'll tell you what, that was not a night for me. A matter of fact, the real pinball machine, which you've had them off grid, and I know you've got one there, retro.
Yep.
It has the newer Sterns have a grand champion, then they have high score 1 through 4, and I pretty much had those locked up. And that particular night, Cheryl also hit the high score on the machine, so her name is now on the board above mine. So awesome. she was on a roll, and there was no winning for me, no winning for Greg.
See, yeah. And I believe, if I remember correctly, G.Parker, you put that pinball machine together, and then she's the one that fell in love with it. And sounds like she mastered it. She mastered that pinball table.
But now, if you want to talk real pinballs, I just got to throw this in there. 2021 Stern Stranger Things, 1977 Stingray. Mm-hmm. Not that I don't enjoy them both.
Right.
But if you told me, and if you told my wife, we had to get rid of one, we would keep the 77 Stingray because we spend most of our time on that machine.
Yeah, the ding ding table, of course.
Yeah,
jeez,
yeah.
That's a classic machine.
I was teasing Greg there because I knew he had a bad. But if you watched my video when Kelly and I went to that arcade, I had a string in there where Kelly would just stomp me on everything we played, and then I highlighted on the thing on the Willy Wonka table because I managed to beat her on that one. But that's one of the only tables I beat her on, so I made sure I featured that in my video.
Can I ask a question? I want to ask off-grid a question here. I noticed something on your video, and I don't know what brand of machine that was, but I thought that was kind of cool that there was a machine that when you put your initials in or your name on, it also took your picture and put on there.
Right. That was that Willy Wonka.
Is that a Stern machine, or who do you know who made that one?
I do not know.
New Jersey pinball.
Okay,
New Jersey.
Yeah,
water out there.
The funny thing with that picture is you had no idea when they were taking it.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I guess one of them, Kelly, was laughing because it took my picture, and my tongue was all. And she's like,
you had to be camera ready every time.
Yeah.
Oh,
So then, after that point, every time I did something good, I thought it might take my picture. I was smiling like an idiot. But
I did find our picture off grid. So off grid, here we are, right here. I'll try to blow this up for y'all. There we are, everybody. Retro on the left. Mr. Off-Grid in the center, and his lovely wife, Kelly, on the bottom. How tall is Kelly?
Kelly is 5 feet flat. She's 5 foot even. Gotcha. I think she was standing on a stool for that picture so she could get in it.
Yeah, she's adorable.
In case you guys are thinking that wasn't really me, because, the whole Superman thing, I do wear glasses.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Clark Kent.
Superman. That was me. But yeah, that was a good day.
So here we are, 4th of July. Nobody's working. Everybody's hanging out. So let's talk about 4th of July activities. I had some family in town. We played some Pac-Man. We went to the arcade. We ate some good food. And we started reminiscing about past 4th of July events. I'm curious what comes to mind when I bring up 4th of July and some of your favorite memories of the 4th of July. Anybody want to volunteer to go first before I share some of mine? Poe, I bet you got some.
I do.
Some crazy family stories.
And also, we were usually grounded the entire summer because we're idiots, but...
Right?
But that happened at least twice. We got grounded like first day of summer vacation, and that's it. We're at home doing stuff. We're not running with friends. But there was 3 boys, 3 idiots. But I think the one I remember the most was when it was me and my brother that's 2 years older than me. We were the last 2 left at home. It was right before he went into the Army. And that summer we had a bad drought in western Pennsylvania. Everything was burnt out. And we had the badminton volleyball net set up for family to come over, but it was nothing but a dust pit in the backyard. And at the same time, my brother and I were playing Contra on the NES a ton. And so we would be inside playing Contra, and it's like, okay, after a couple hours, let's take a break. Let's go play badminton. With we're outside diving in the dirt and getting covered, and then back in the house to Contra and back and forth. And I think at that time, too, the original Gary Shandling show was showing on, I think Fox was a brand new station at the time. And I remember watching that, playing Contra and badminton and volleyball with my brother like all summer long before he left for the service.
Yeah, badminton's one of those games. Once you learn it, you know it, and it's fun.
And we would have friends over and
volleyball?
we would make our friends mad because we had so much practice in it. We would put them with their brothers on the other side, and then every time we scored, we would do like the Family Feud, jumping around, and they would get pissed and get on their bikes and go home, And croquet, for whatever reason. My parents bought croquet for 4th of July one year, and then we played that every single year when aunts and uncles and stuff would come up.
What about like lawn darts? Anybody do darts?
We did lawn darts, and one time my oldest brother lobbed one real high, and we're just standing there like idiots on the other side. Where it is. It landed right between my big toe and my second toe. And instead of thinking, we should step back, we thought, this is hilarious. This is great. Let's see how close we can get to losing a toe or an eyeball. And I had one friend get one stuck in the overhead electrical wires going across. Chucked it so hard, got stuck up.
I threw a lawn dart in the air so high up we couldn't see it. I said, look out. He's covering his head. And it goes right in between his fingers into his brain. And we had to pull that dart out of there. I think that was our last game of lawn darts at my house.
So that's why they took those off the market. It's you and your buddy's fault.
So dangerous, those lawn darts. But croquet is fun. Croquet, badminton, because you want to spike it like a volleyball.
Croquet should be on the VR. I would play that.
Oh yeah, we had.
That would be fun.
What is that? That tether ball where it would go around the pole. We played that too.
I have a story about that too. Elementary school. Our
We have a
elementary
question
school-
from Jen's
Oh, sorry.
Aura, and she was wondering if anybody here has a real Atari 2600.
Oh gosh, I have about 6 different iterations of the thing in my
Oh, wow.
basement,
Yeah.
and of course
Oh,
the tiny Atari 2600 is always here on hand. But yes, I have a six
Where'd you pull
switcher.
that? Out of your pocket? Was it in that? That was in that little mini pocket on the right side of your pants. You know that little tiny one above the pocket? That's where that one was.
Special request. If we're showing mini Ataris, could we please see the miniature Stretch Armstrong?
Oh yeah, do you have that?
It just happens to be right
Do
here.
you have this?
Figures you'd bring him.
It goes
course.
everywhere. We go to work, I get him a little hard hat. Going to work together.
Okay, so you got an Atari. Anybody else? Off Grid, G.Parkers, Mike Seabees?
I just got an
You got
Atari
one?
game, Miss Pac-Man. That's it, not the system.
Yeah, I've got a. I don't think I have one. I have the games on like an emulator, so I can do it that way. And I think G. Parker, you have the emulation as well.
Yeah.
What about you, Mike? Do you have the emulation?
On the arcade, I play some of the Atari games there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all good.
Emulation.
Yep.
Okay, so 4th of July, I'm 14 years old. I grew up on a farm, Midwest, and what happened was the guy that was teaching me how to do my career, he was invited out to our house. We're having a pool party. Of course, we're shooting off fireworks. And when you have young preteen and teenage kids with a punk, you know, the way to light the firecracker, and fireworks and bottle rockets and Roman candles, next thing you know, we're shooting bottle rockets at my siblings. I'm shooting Roman candles at people, and we are causing havoc on the farm. Now, my dad was a fire department, G. Parker, and he was in the fire department, so he knew that anything that happened, he'd be able to handle that. My buddy that was teaching me how to do my path on my career, he had one of these windbreaker jackets, and it's got a couple pockets on the side. And he said, okay, I got 2 packs of fireworks. I'm going to put this one in this pocket. I'm going to put this one in this pocket. You're going to light this pocket. You're going to light that pocket at the same exact time. I'm going to cover my ears and run backwards. You are going to take the picture of this event. And I have that picture if you guys would like to see that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
This was one of those moments where it was magic when it happened. We didn't realize how cool of a picture this would be. I found a copy, and I'm going to put it up here on the scene. And I don't know if you guys can see that, but there is the picture of the event in the 80s when I'm probably 14, 15 years old. One pocket with one pack of firecrackers, the other pocket with another pack of firecrackers. And
Wow.
he's running backwards. His name is Rick. This picture was so neat to have. This is before digital cameras, and we have saved this picture for years. And it's one of those moments where I don't think I'll ever think of 4th of July without thinking about this moment. And he survived. He's okay. The jacket, however, was not okay. And my mom loved this picture so much that she wanted a copy of it to send it out to like a photo contest type place. I don't think she won, but 4th of July with the family on the farm. Crazy. And here we are. Another 4th of July. I'm thinking that we won't forget this moment. And years down the road, we're going to think of the 4th of July retro family picnic and how we all got back together. It's been way too long. I talk about how much I appreciate you guys, and I've done that from the very beginning. So you guys are like family to me. And when I say that you guys are out there posting your videos, making your content, it warms my little retro heart that I get to watch you guys. And we've had some new members to the retro family join us. We had Old Poe, and we've had Lars, and among others that have come along. And I don't know, guys, but G.Parkers, do you remember when Old Poe was talking about his 4th of July memories and how much fun they were for him?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Poe, and well, I think the biggest respect I got to give for Old Poe here is if you watch his channel, Mr. Potow's channel, Old Poe is on there with a wonderful history lesson. Just an outstanding history lesson on what brought us here. So you need to check that out because, I never knew that Paul McCartney, one if by land, two if by sea.
Right. He's been doing it for years, Paul McCartney. I had no idea. He looks great for his age, don't you think?
Oh,
It was
absolutely.
strange that he was yelling the British are coming when he was British himself. But I questioned Old Poe on this, and he took me out back with a switch, so I won't question him again.
Okay, yeah.
Right.
We don't want any trouble. We really
And
don't.
Diana Ross with the sewing skills. Who knew?
And she hasn't aged a bit.
Yeah.
And
Crazy
there you
stuff.
go. Mike Seabees,
Yes.
4th of July memories. What do you got for us?
Oh, well, I'll tell you about my experience in the 80s. So my dad had bought like a bunch of fireworks before. And the ones that, I'm trying to think of the name of it. They're the ones that shoot out the little rockets and they go boom in the sky. So
yeah, which one is that?
Saturn
I forgot
missiles?
the name.
Saturn missiles?
I think so. And anyways, he let me light it up. And then, I lit the thing up. And then here I am with my face next to it. And then my dad immediately grabs my feet, drags me away from it. And he's like, "What the hell are you doing?" I said, "I want to see it launch." He's like, "You don't want to see it launch in your face." And then, yeah. So I just remembered that. And he told me that story. I'm like, really? I was like looking down the barrel of the fireworks. And he's like, yeah. He's like, yeah, I had to pull you out there immediately. You were so fascinated. He's like, I didn't want you up there and close and looking at it. So I just remember that being dragged by my dad away from the fireworks. And after that, he's like, "Nah, you know what, son? I'll take care of the fireworks. You stand back and I'll do it." And what was crazy, he pulled me away, and then he ended up when he lit it. There's so I don't know what they did with the fuse, but it burned really quick and it actually launched.
A fast fuse. Those will throw you off.
Yes, and what happened when he was about to turn away, it hit him in the head, the back of the head, when he was leaving.
Wow.
And then here he is running around. I don't know if he thought his hair was on fire, but he's like doing that, running around. And then my mom had to spray him down with a hose on his head. So yeah, that's my biggest memory on 4th of July. Pretty funny.
Those fast fuses will get you. You think that you have 3 to 5 seconds, and then you get that one fuse, and it's done in 0.05 seconds. And you have to release immediately, and it can really throw you for a loop. And here we are, just a bunch of kids putting that punk, the lighter to that, and you never know if it's going to be quick or if it's going to be the regular fuse time, I guess. But everybody can show all their fingers, right? You all got your fingers?
Yeah.
So nobody blew off a finger, which is good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I got one more story to share with you. It was pretty stupid that what I did in the Navy. So a friend of mine, he's from Philadelphia. His name's Tim. And we went out, we bought fireworks, and we went to the beach in Mississippi. And we took my friend Jason, he was our squad leader. And during that time, I was the fire team leader in, our organization. So we went out to the beach and, we're thinking like, oh, cool. He bought like a bunch of Roman candles, right? And then here he is. He lights one up, points it at the sky, and then next thing you know, he points it at my friend Jason, and then Jason goes screaming, running, hiding behind the dunes, and then we're having like a Roman candle fight out there on the beach. You know, and that I keep thinking about because my son, you know, he wanted to do that. It's like, no, you're gonna pull an eye out, and then he, you know, kind of looked at me and said, "Hey, didn't you tell me a story about you and your friends?" I was like, yeah, you don't want to do that. I was pretty stupid because, yeah, we could have shot an eye out with a Roman candle and stuff. So, yeah, that was pretty fun. I remember that vividly. And then him, I had like a nice white convertible Mustang, and then Tim aimed it at my car, and I said, "Oh, hell no. If you you hit my car, I'm going to get you with like 3 Roman candles." And then, yeah, he proceeded not to hit my car with it. Then, yeah. Yeah, good times with that, but yeah, don't.
Isn't
don't
that
do
amazing
that,
how we get
don't do that.
like we get like more confident with fireworks. The first time you ever light a firework, you run away like the scaredest thing ever, and you're running as far away from the fireworks as possible. But you spend a couple hours with the fireworks, you keep them in your hand till the last second, then throw them at your brother.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, 4th of July, and I know you got to be careful. You know, don't light off the fireworks in a dry field. Keep everything safe and wet, and keep your distance. We don't want any accidents. I'm sure, G. Parker, that the fire department is very busy on a day like today, and the calls are coming in like crazy.
Yep.
Yeah. So, did you not get to enjoy 4th of July very often, G. Parker?
Oh, well, the way our shifts worked here in the Kansas City area is the way it worked out is usually you worked leap year kind of threw a inch into it, but when you looked at the 3-shift schedule, usually you worked 1 Christmas, 1 Thanksgiving, 1 4th of July, and then you were off for 2. You know, so it always worked out. But then since you asked, I'm going to go ahead and you asked for stories. I was trying to decide whether I wanted to tell a personal story or a professional story. So I think with that being asked, I'll tell a fun, I guess you could call it a fun or a funny,
You're working
interesting.
on something, I can tell.
Yeah, 4th of July. So here's 4th of July from a firefighter's perspective. You have emergency calls. You have non-emergency calls. Emergency calls are obviously emergency medical, but you also got my house was on fire. But
that's an emergency.
Right. But in this particular case, it would be called a check on the well-being call, where you might not go with the red lights and sirens, but you would go with a little bit of haste. You know, you would with a little bit of sense of urgency. You might not endanger people by turning on you. But anyway, and the call was that a lady called in and said, "My husband is setting off bottle rockets." Yes, ma'am. Okay. You know, they're illegal in this city. Of course, they're illegal here, but the cops had no choice. I mean, yeah, people were shooting. They'd shoot them at the fire trucks when you went by, and the police cars. They were lobbing stuff at the cop cars, and the cops just kept going. But anyway, my husband is shooting off bottle rockets. Well, ma'am, okay, yeah, it's illegal, but was it? Well, the problem is he's doing it in our living room. So we proceed to the address with haste, you know, a little bit of hurry up.
Yep.
And here's this drunk son of a gun, you know, in his living room.
With illegal fireworks, mind you.
Yeah, lighting off bottle rockets, drunk as a skunk.
Right.
The other thing is I walked in the front door and I said, "Joe? Greg, what are you doing here?" I knew the guy. I said, "What the hell are you doing?" So he did have his couch was starting to smolder.
Right.
And we drug his couch outside into the front yard and wet it down. And he said, "Are you going to call the police?" And I said, "No, I know, yeah, I'm not going to." But I said, I took all his fireworks and wet them down. And as I was leaving, he says, "I'm going to go get some more." But we never did have to go back. So
how much drinking was he? Like, how drunk was this guy?
He was pretty snockered. I mean,
I'm telling you.
That's why drinking and fireworks just don't mix. I mean,
Yeah, that's something. Drinking fireworks in his house, and you knew
Yeah.
the guy.
yeah,
Yeah, that guy was having a good time.
yeah.
Man,
He was. His wife
So-
wasn't having a good time.
not only does he have to get more fireworks, he's got to get a new couch. He's got to get a couch. So, yeah, that's not bad. Any food stories, Poe, or off grid? What are you doing out there in the middle of nowhere in Texas, off the grid? Off grid.
We're gonna grill up some burgers and stuff in a little
Food
bit
stories,
here.
Poe, or off? Yeah, go ahead.
No,
Off grid. I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. Yeah, we're just Kelly's cooking up some spare ribs for dinner tonight, and
Really?
I thawed out some bacon this morning and said, "Hey, I'm gonna make some bacon cheeseburgers for lunch on the grill," and she's like, "I'm in." So
Yeah.
that's our big food plans for today.
Yeah, we've done food, and you think of hot dogs and burgers, and all those great food items, coolers of beer, and like Poe said, you're playing games on the lawn, and then the fireworks, of course, the nightly fireworks. And so we'd have all the friends and family members come out to the farm, and we would designate a place out in the middle of the driveway, and the kids would have fun shooting off the fireworks, and the grown-ups would sit there with their beer or cocktail and enjoy the fireworks show. To me, that's about as 4th of July-ish as you can get at the retro household. So, it's nice that we can all get together. I'm trying to think the last time we got together was it April? March? I think it was March, huh? It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
It is.
It
Anybody move houses or anybody move? I know that Mike Seabee's moved channels, but I think we're all doing the same thing. Poe got some company. He moved in some company, right? You got the Lars, old Poe retired, moved into your place. Poe, tell us about old Poe. Can you elaborate on how that all began and what's going on with that guy? Seriously.
I don't even really remember why it happened. But then it kind of snowballed because old Poe and old Off Grid started chatting and playing off of each other, and it just kind of blew up from there. So,
Yeah, somehow one of us discovered the filter on the Snapchat, and then we just started sending stuff back and forth, and then
Is that what it was?
Greg's sister was showing up, and Mike's niece was there. And,
Yep.
But we're a bunch of grown up goofballs. It's not just in the video games that we still play. We can get amused by Snapchat filters and sending each other stuff. And Poe really ran with it with the old Poe and just keeps us all in stitches.
well, that's the thing. And meeting through doing this and then actually becoming friends. I mean, we're sending each other text messages multiple times a day, and sometimes I'll forget. I'm on the East Coast, so I'm at work. I'm on first break, but it's 5 in the morning or something Mike's time, and I'm sending some goofy picture or something, and I start thinking, well, I might have woke him up. Whoops, But we have such a good time, you don't think about it, And that's
I block you guys when I go to bed.
You could just turn the phone off, G.Parker. Block us.
That's funny because
Heck.
Greg, I actually just unblock you if I ask you a specific question, and then I reblock you.
Yeah.
That's a comment I got from Off Grid one time. This is just in text messages with us, not on one of my videos, but he says, I just mute Poe's videos when they're on. I'll let them run, but I just mute them. I don't listen to them anyway. That's just the kind of stuff we say to each other.
We might be more entertaining that way anyway, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Did you see Poe's news video? I saw it. I didn't listen to any of it, but I saw it.
And you saw it in fast forward.
As long as I can get that 4 minutes out of you for each video. 4 minutes is all I need.
Now, Retro,
Right.
you did ask about moving, and I will say
Yeah.
this for those of you that have, he hasn't done any videos yet, but he's appeared with me in some, and he's appeared in the chat. He's out
Right.
of town right now with his
Right.
mother for the holiday, but the Unknown Gamer has
Oh.
recently acquired his own property, his own home. Moves in the 1st of August. I am so jealous. He has got a already to move into man cave arcade room type thing that looks real retro. I mean, and he likes it for that. It's got the dark paneling, and I said, when my wife looked at it and said, "You're surely going to replace that orange carpet." He goes, "Oh my God, no! It's so retro. I mean, it's orange shag carpet with dark paneling, and it's just, and he can't wait to get his game. I'm even donating a game one of my wall units that has emulation games on it, and we're going to hang that down there and clear up one of my rooms." So he's excited.
Nice.
Would you say that you inspired him to make that little man cave arcade place in his house?
Oh yeah,
Possibly?
I'm sure. Ever since living here, he has, because he's on the, where he stays with us. He's on the same level. The
Right.
bedrooms are on the same level as the arcade. So he gets up in the morning or just before he goes to bed, I can hear those pinball machines whacking or the little emulation cabinets going. So yeah, that's definitely the case.
And since we got together, I also bought a pinball at Games Legends. Love that thing. It's different than a real machine, but man, a lot of fun to play like all those different tables. I really do enjoy that. I also bought a VR headset. So I'm thinking everybody here on this panel has a VR headset. And the first one in was Poe. Is that right? Poe was our first.
Park.
Oh,
Nope.
was it Off Grid?
Yeah.
Off Grid had the first. And then who came second? Was it you, Poe, or G.Parker?
Yeah, I think me, and then
Yeah,
G.Parker.
I think Poe got his, then G.Parker, then Mike, and then you.
And then me. Yeah, I'm last. And that's a lot of fun. I think we find some games that play like 5 players.
Oh,
Yeah.
So, or 4 players. Is there ones that
Well, you
have
can-
more than 4?
You can do 5 in walkabout mini golf.
Can you?
Yeah, and
Oh, I didn't know that.
what else?
They're
we
working
need
on
to
a
do that
new
still.
course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've done a game with Off Grid, G.Parker, Poe, and I don't think I've seen Mike, but it could be a scheduling thing. Sometimes it works out for the schedule for Mike CBs, and sometimes it doesn't. Although we are synced up on the same time zone, Mike, so that's not
Yeah.
usually not a problem. Do you find yourself that you stay up late at night, or do you go to bed early? What's your sleeping schedule?
Oh, for me, Retro? Well, it depends. Sometimes I stay up till 2 in the morning, or sometimes I go to bed at around midnight. And the reason for that, I have to wake up earlier since we're on our summer schedule at the college. So I work 10-hour shifts at my work, and so but I
Right.
get Fridays off. So the cool thing
Oh,
about
nice.
doing 10 hours, yeah, you get Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays off.
Nice.
That is good. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's Monday through Thursday, 10-hour days, 40 hours a week.
Yes.
Do you find that you're exhausted by Thursday night, or is 10 hours doable?
Oh, it's well, I actually schedule like 1 hour off for vacation, so I don't have to work a full 10 hours. I like getting off at 5. I'm not staying at the college till 6 p.m. Oh hell no! I'd rather be home and playing VR with, because yeah, I'll see like Off Grid like hop on like fishing or something. Oh, I got to go there, or Pro doing the same thing, so I got to join
That
them for
is
some
something.
VR.
And that
Yep.
VR headset, I mean, I bought one, and I'm pretty sure I put the headset on at least once a day. I don't think I've skipped a day yet, and I tell other people about it. It's funny because once you get a VR headset, you start to try to describe it to others and what it's like to, I guess, put this thing on. Off Grid said it best when he said YouTube does not do it justice, because you turn left and you can look at something, and you turn to the right or whatever and you see something else. But when you actually have the goggles on and you got left eyeball, right eyeball, it is three-dimensional. You are in another world, in another room. It's Off Grid. How do you describe that? Am I getting that close?
Yeah, and it's the sense of scale, I think, to me.
Right.
Is one of the biggest. And when you're looking on a YouTube screen, even if you're blasting up on your TV, you're seeing it on a 60, 70-inch TV if you got a big old TV. But when you're looking in the headset and you're playing mini golf and you're looking in the end of that hole is 30 feet away. It's not on a 60-inch TV. It's over there. The sense of scale and the immersion of being inside, like you were saying. You want to see something behind you? Mike Seaby's trying to hit you with a golf ball behind your head. You turn around and look at him. You don't scroll. You turn and look. Poe's falling off the edge of the cliff. You look over the edge of the cliff and then you laugh.
It's so true.
But,
in that golf game, you can fly. You can fly in the golf game. It's crazy.
You can fly. That's right. I have to take my glasses off before I fly, but I can take off my glasses and then fly. But,
it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool for sure.
And now they're talking what Ghostbusters will be out next year.
And isn't there like a labyrinth? Isn't there like a labyrinth golf course coming out for the mini golf?
That'll be the next course, hopefully in the next month or so.
And Among Us seems kind of cool to me. So.
Yeah, Among Us is coming out.
I played that on mobile with my kids a few years ago. I didn't want to. I wasn't into mobile games. They got me into it. So when I was playing with them and their friends, it was a lot of fun. So I'm really interested to see what they do with the VR aspect of it,
I got to say, though, that since I got the VR, I'd kind of put the Switch down for a while. Yeah. And the wife and I, and the VR, I know Off Grid's fortunate enough that he and Kelly both have a headset. So they can play the bowling against each other. And I enjoy the mini golf and the bowling. And I definitely want to get that disc golf. I watched you playing that the other day. Check out Off Grid's channel, and you can see all kinds of games. Again, it doesn't do it justice, but he does have some good gameplay on his channel. But
thank you. I
got the Switch out again the other day and just started playing some Nintendo Sports with the wife because that's she's never been into this stuff, but I'm slowly getting her more and more involved. It's the pinball and and she just enjoys that bowling on that Switch. So I think all of us here. I think you don't, Retro, but I think most of us have a Switch. Yeah.
What sporting events are there? When you said sports, G. Parker.
Oh, help me out, other guys. But I think I know there's bowling. I know there's badminton. I know there's tennis. I know there's soccer.
No kidding.
Volleyball.
So you can play badminton in VR?
Volleyball.
Oh no, it's not VR. It's not VR. But you play it on your TV or whatever.
Of course.
Oh, okay. I thought it was in VR.
Switch Sports.
And I think you.
Yeah, no, this is for the Switch.
Now you can find those other games in the Meta library and for the Quest, but no, I was talking specifically the Switch. So yes, I love my VR headset, and I really got into it for quite a while there. But then I got to admit, I brought back the old little Nintendo Switch and started playing games on there again, and I've just had a ball.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have options, especially in this day and age. And I mean, something you got to consider here. Let me show you this. This is what gets me.
Here we go.
This is what gets me is, this. First of all, I don't have it down here, but the VR headset is all in one. You don't need a computer with that Quest.
Right.
So you look at the tiny packages. Look at the Switch here. Mm-hmm. The size of it, and you can hook it up as a console on your TV. You can play it handheld if you put on the controller. So just the options in this gaming is crazy nowadays.
I think you can even hook that up to your @Games pinball machine too, and you can play those games on your pinball machine. I
That would
saw
be
somebody on
cool.
YouTube do that. Yeah.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'll send you the link. I'll send you the link. It'll be fun. And that's what it's all about, having fun. And I think we have all had fun since the last time we got together. And we had fun way before we got together last time. We are having fun doing this YouTube thing. I've been making some great friends. And I don't know about you guys, but I remember a while back, G. Parker said he doesn't even watch regular television anymore because he's got so much to watch on YouTube. I have found that it has almost consumed my life, YouTube, and I can't get to everybody now. Are you guys finding the same issue where there's a lot of people that are friends of yours on YouTube, but you can't possibly spread yourself over all of the people that would love your attention? Mike Seabees.
Yeah.
Does that happen to you?
Yeah, that it's hard to watch everybody's channel. I try to go
Yeah.
and see, like, I'll check up on Tez, and then I'll go check out like Chaos if he's got something going on. But yeah,
Right.
it's really hard to keep up to date with what all your other friends are doing.
It
So
is. Po,
yeah,
you
definitely.
work a lot. You drive a lot. We haven't seen a post stream in a while. But what about the people that you enjoy to watch? Are you finding that there's not enough Poe to go around?
Oh, yeah, there's not enough time, and I feel bad because there are ones that comment on mine, and it's like, well, I'm behind on you a couple videos. I'm gonna get to it, I promise.
Yeah.
And I appreciate everybody watching, and I want to watch theirs too because I'm entertained, and I think the direction Mike's going here with his channel is awesome because I love game documentary type of channels. That's the kind of thing, but that takes a lot of time to watch too sometimes, But
Yeah,
I
actually,
definitely get
Mike does a lot of great editing on his channel. I'd like to feature that. So give me a second, Mike, and we'll pull up your channel. It's pretty
Oh.
awesome. Yeah, we'll do that. What about you, Off Grid? You live out there. You got the YouTube on your big screen TV in your shack. Do you find yourself falling behind, trying to catch up on everybody's videos nowadays? Because we have made more
yeah.
friends.
Yeah, of course. Like they were saying, there's so many of these guys that I just don't get around to. I did find it's much easier now that I've stopped watching all of you guys because your
Oh.
channels all suck. So I only watch good channels now. So that saved me a lot of time. But no, it definitely, in all honesty, it is tough because there's so many people that you want to watch, and there's only so many hours of the day, and
It's so true.
it's you feel bad, like Poe was saying. You feel bad because you see people all the time, and you want to go see their stuff, but you just don't get to it.
I'm showing right now on mine. We've got Mike CB's channel, and it's called Gaming Road Warrior. How did you come up with that name, Mike?
Oh, the Mad Max film. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Road Warrior movie and how the storyline is told by the little boy that carries a boomerang. And what I found interesting when I kind of looked at George Miller's notes when he was doing the Mad Max films is that when he does a movie, it conjects with a story from a different perspective. So basically, this guy that travels around, former cop that rides around in that V8 Interceptor of his is told by different perspectives. Like the last movie, that was the one with Tina Turner, Beyond Thunderdome, is told differently. When that movie hits, it's like, oh, why does this feel different? Because what he said, he's kind of like a legend, a folktale. And so I wanted that kind of translated with my channel as well, like basically stories, gaming documentaries or stories on how the game got made. And so that's why I chose that title for my new channel name. And plus, I've always liked the Road Warrior films.
Yeah, that's some good ones. So, and you do like some back history on the video, and they are, I would say, what, 12, 15 minutes in length?
Yeah, I keep the documentary videos short because I notice from the other people that I watch, they're a lot longer. Like they're up to like 30 minutes, sometimes up to an hour. And so I figured, well, this is more catered to those of us that want to watch something to kind of gain some knowledge on some of the games we like to play. But we don't have like an hour or 30 minutes to watch. So I usually cater it around between 10 to 14 minutes on the
Hmm.
documentary. So it's for that group that want documentary, but they don't have time to sit down and watch it for like 30 minutes to an hour. So I had to kind of what do you call it? Make my niche a little bit more different compared to the other channels, and that's why I'm kind of doing this.
Yeah, here's some editing right here. What game is this that you're playing on the screen? What game is that?
Oh, that wasn't a game. That was just a meme.
Yeah.
No, I was talking about all the different video games that were available to play on the Nintendo GameCube. So, yeah, this was from my last video that I did,
Yeah.
and I really enjoyed this because this was my first serious one. Because
What game is
initially, the
this?
other, that's Eternal Darkness. It's a
Eternal Dark.
survival horror game. Yeah.
What console are you playing this on?
Oh, the GameCube. Yeah,
Okay.
the Nintendo
Wow.
GameCube. Yeah, it's like the first disc system that Nintendo came out with.
Hmm.
So, well, basically, when I did this was my first serious video. Compared to the other two, when I did Streets of Rage 2 and Mega Man 2, they were parodies. Like Naked Gun, Airplane. I wanted to kind of do it there, and then like I was looking at my analytics, like, well, maybe I should just go back to doing a normal video, which this one is, but I kind of put some humor to it.
Yeah, it looks good. It looks real good.
But
Okay.
thanks.
Well, yeah, we definitely wanted to touch base on basically your channel and what you do. There he is. There's Mike.
Yep,
Doing his
yep.
thing. And look, you're talking about the shout outs. So
Oh, yeah.
you're keeping the family together, and we appreciate you doing that, where you keep everybody connected. And so, guys, connect to Gaming Road Warrior. It's a new channel, but it's a great channel, and he is part of the retro family. So definitely want to support you. So head on over there. Guys, anything else? Anything else that we want to add? Did I miss anything?
No. I just want to second what you just said though, because Mike's new channel, his videos are really good. And I think you are hitting a good sweet spot there, Mike, for people that don't have a lot of time but want to get a lot of information. They are awesome. They're definitely worth watching.
Yeah,
And,
I mean, you're learning a lot in a short amount of time. So you figure I have enough time to sit and watch this, and it's interesting. It pulls you in. Next thing you know, those 15, 20 minutes are gone.
yeah, they seem
It's like watching my
videos.
channel where my first hour I talk about the heat rash on my undercarriage, and then I finally get to a snippet of gameplay. So you have to watch that in bite-sized bits,
Right.
I do. But again, I'm getting stretched thin when it comes to watching everybody's content. Like Poe will post an hour video, and in my head I want to watch it, but I'm like, oh, I gotta watch an hour's worth of Poe. And so
That's
I
just
eventually
me
do
wanting
get
to
to
stay
it.
out in the garage for an hour so that I don't have to do work in the
Right.
house. I tell them
But I
I'm
do
busy.
eventually-
Once in a while, I'll hit a hammer against a nail so that they think I'm working on something.
Worthless.
But they
Yeah.
fall for it every
Shot
time. There's
back.
been no projects come out of this garage.
The problem with watching Poe's video is the timing issue, because you want to make sure that while you're eating dinner, the gameplay is playing, because you don't want to be eating while he's talking about that heat rash. You want to get that part done before the food comes out.
Right. Especially when I zoomed in on that boil that one time. I shouldn't have done
no.
that.
That was pretty bad. Yeah.
Well, I want to say that first. I want to address Mike. Your new stuff is absolutely beautiful. I love it.
Oh, thanks for.
I love off grid. I love the variety of your content. With the VR stuff.
Here we go.
My wife, again, getting her into this stuff with me, and I'll tell you, she's not been big on the YouTube, but I'm telling you what,
Yeah.
Mr. Postal, when my wife watched you and I do a little talk with the FX gaming on my channel that time, and when you did that, and last night I said, you want to see that guy again? And she says, oh, God, yes. Oh, God, yes. And I said, watch this. And I'm telling you what, she was in tears. She was just in tears watching it.
That's gotta make you wonder what other characters are in that little head of yours, Poe. There's got to be a few others bubbling under that we just don't even know about.
Well, they talk to me all the time.
But
you know, that one there, though, I mean, accents are not my thing, so you'll notice that there's no real accent from Lars. It's just kind of all over the place. You know, he'll ask me one question and it sounds one way, and then the next one's something else totally.
But to finish
our imagination takes us there.
Retro, to finish that out, though, so I've covered Mike and Off-Grid and Mr. Poe. I want to go to you now. You know, yours is basically, I love putting you on. Now, a lot of times I don't always, you talked about time. A lot of times I may not comment. I'm kind of a lurker, but I do enjoy, one thing you're big on is your live streams, and you put on the most fantastic live streams. So between just this group here, we've got variety. Now, again, I just want to get this out. This is kind of a winter sport or summer sport when it's too hot. So when you ask me, in the wintertime or when it's too hot out, I can pretty much get, since I'm retired, I can pretty much get everybody in. But, yeah, it's hard when I'm an outdoor kind of guy. I like to get on my motorcycle and my Jeep and do things, and it's kind of hard. Lastly, I've carried on too long here, but I just want to give some shout-outs to some people that I really do enjoy, and it's okay. It's interesting. It's interesting, though. You take, and when you talk about people and who you watch, we've got our standbys. Arcade Chaos, great friend, in my opinion, to our retro family. He's always supporting, sharing our videos, showing up in the chat. Arcade Chaos, I love you, man. You're a great guy. I love watching your content. Yep. On the other side, though, we've had so many great new people show up, and I'm just looking at names here. I'm not meaning to pick on it. We've got our friends across the pond. Sorry, we're celebrating the 4th of July. I don't mean to offend you, Tez. I know it's the day we kicked you guys out of here. But Tez is in here. So, you know, but, you know, it just is what it is. It's a long time ago. But then we've got Coffee Talk and Retro Games, somebody that I just happened to start noticing when I was watching your stream. So I want to say there is we've got our old standbys, Arcade Chaos. Again, I love you, man. We've got Tez from across the pond. We've got Retro Man Randy Savage, Gamers Effects. We got all these people in here, and they're all good people. And I do try to watch them as much as I can. And I'm done. You can have it back, Retro. I'm sorry.
There is room on this panel for many, many more. Gamers Effects started out small, has over 1,500 followers now, and is about to go live and do wonderful things on his channel. Gamers Effects, thank you for being a mod in my room. Thanks for holding down the chat. And so, Gamers Effects, if you could drop your link, I want to give Gamers Effects proper credit, and we will see you on this panel as part of this retro family. Gamers Effects, you've got a spot here amongst many others. I've talked to Chaos before. I've talked to the Drunk Gamer before. I've talked to Tez Make This before. I just talked with Digital Victory the other night. There is room on this panel for all of us. Babster Page. I'd love to meet Babster Cade. And Coffee Talk, I've talked to her. And Mario Fangirl 93. The list goes on and on, guys. The retro family is getting bigger and better. Brooklyn Menace, there's another one. Bring them on. How many can I shove into this little panel? And let's have some real fun next time. Honestly.
Brooklyn Menace is a VR player. We've had a little golf play with Brooklyn Menace.
Yeah, Brooklyn Menace is
I'll
right
play
there.
anything that Off-Grid tells me to play. And he'll say, this game is great. And I'm like, no, I can't buy it. And then I buy it. And he says, Poe, I thought you weren't going to buy that. I did. I don't know about the latest. The latest one he said was a locker room towel snap where we all have to be naked. He said, I'm not sure.
What?
I'll probably get it.
Well, it was on sale. It was on sale, and that's why.
I don't understand why we have to be naked in our living rooms playing this, but if that's the rules, that's the rules.
Hey, I don't make the rules. I just abide by them.
It's to keep that rash away. That's why you want to be naked. You got to have the airflow.
I've stayed seated through this whole thing because it's hot here right now. And I
Right.
stayed seated because that's all I've got on is this shirt because I got to keep the airflow going here. I can't stand up.
Don't pan that camera down, G. Parker.
No,
Do not do it.
no.
We don't need that. Not on this channel.
I want to see
Thanks,
no
guys.
Roman candles right now.
Yeah, this has been fun.
That's one other story I do have. I was home
Yes.
on leave. We were visiting my wife's family, and she had an uncle Dale. And if the name's Dale, there's going to be some problems already during a drunken 4th of July picnic. They were surrounded by woods, and they would buy, at the time, illegal fireworks. Everybody would go to Ohio and bring them into Pennsylvania. Now fireworks are legal here. But he had a big box of fireworks. We're walking up the long dirt driveway,
Right.
and Dale's already 3 sheets to the wind. And I hear him yell to somebody. He wanted a Roman candle, but he says,
In
"Get me
the drunk
another
voice.
one of them Coleman Randalls." So we knew this was
my
a
God.
problem. And all of a sudden, fireballs are flying down over the hill with us. It's like war or something. We're diving onto the ground, got gravel embedded into our chins and stuff. And he did set the hillside on fire that night. Luckily, there was a creek right there, and we were able to put it out. So another great 4th of July memory. Coleman Randalls.
Man.
Uncle Dale.
Is UAG here?
Yeah.
He is.
He looks
He's
like
here.
he might be. Are you going to call him out on your tournament?
Well, I just want to
Here
say hello to
we
my
go.
brother from another mother. Hello, UAG. That's my good friend UAG. I just got to say hi. No, I'll never give him any credit. He's
No, of
busy. He's
course
got
not.
a big channel. But
Love
I do want to play a little pinball against you again, brother, one of these days, if you think you can handle it.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
And Farrell's another one. I don't know if we mentioned
Yeah.
him. Farrell Inferno. Cool dude. Got great videos.
Hey, I
Oh,
just
man.
I just
Especially the Mega Man.
I
Yeah.
had popped up that thing at oh my gosh, wow, Brooklyn Man has put up that thing about the iArcade
Yeah.
$2.99.
How much was it?
And I saw that they're doing a I guess the oh my gosh, my brain is not working right now.
Yeah, they're releasing those
they're
gold
doing a bunch of
cabinets over there.
They're doing a bunch
Yeah.
of sales coming up, so keep an eye out for the arcade games. There's supposed to be a big sale coming up next week, I think.
I'm waiting for Owner's Day for ad games. I got to get some more pinball tables, and I'm kind of waiting for it to go on sale for that.
yeah.
I don't know if there's any 4th of July sales going on for like the Switch or VR. It probably is, though. There's always great sales going on 4th of July.
I think I saw the game Michael B, the Game Genie. Is that his name? He did the arcade 1-Up is coming up with a bunch of sales. I didn't see what games they are, but keep an eye out if you're looking to get some home arcade units. It looks like there's some sales coming up this early part of July.
Oh yeah, yeah, of course. And the games on VR, you can actually play like the older pinball tables. I think I saw Mars and some other ones. But did you notice, G. Parker and Off Grid, there's no ding ding tables on VR. Shouldn't there be? Would you buy them if they were out there? The ding ding ones?
Yeah, and you know the guys in the VPX, and I've been meaning to ask you this, Off Grid. I've noticed that some of the guys in the VPX community are putting together VR tables from the VPX lineup, of Visual Pinball X. Are those able to be side loaded to the Oculus headset yet, or do you know anything about? I need to research that.
Yeah, you have to link your Quest using the AirLink or the cable.
Okay.
You can't install it natively to the headset, but you can
Side
play
load.
it. Use your computer to play it,
Okay.
and just use your headset as a display. My computer, I can't do any VR stuff. It's not beefy enough, so I've never messed with it. But,
You need a new video card. You're looking for video card, right? Isn't that what you're?
I'm
think
needing.
so.
Yeah, I'm needing a new video card.
Didn't you just buy a new video card, Off Grid?
Yeah, that 1050 I got is not. Yeah, it was a waste of money.
Good video cards are hard to come by too. They're not easy to acquire. If you don't know where you're going or who to talk to, you might not get one.
Yeah, I'm looking at a 2060 probably right now. Um, that's where I'm leaning, but I don't know. Um, Greg, did you say you have a 1070 in your in
Yeah,
your?
I think that. Yeah, yeah. I can't. I can never remember that stuff. I'd have to pull up on my system here and take a look and see what it says. But I think it's 1070. Yeah. But see, I don't know much about that. Like I said, I got a guy who is my kind of my tech guy, and he says, "Here, put
He's
this in.
got a
It'll
guy.
work." Yeah, and I go, "Okay."
Yeah.
No, that's a good video card, G Parker. Like the 1080's like a really good one. That's like almost the top of the line. I think the Titan's the top of the line one. Then the 1080, then the 1070, and then the 1060. Yep, or the 20 series, like what you got.
See,
Yeah.
it sounds like we are still having fun since the last time we got together. And I honestly, I don't want this stream to end. I want to just chat with you guys all day. But look, I want to thank you for spending some time. I appreciate you all for coming by. And we should do this again. We always say that. But the question will be, when will that happen? And we just don't know. And it's always so good to see you guys.
Yeah, it's great
I
seeing
wanna
you
Yeah,
thank
too.
same here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's like
thanks
a
for
really-
listening.
It's great to be able to go to everybody's videos, when you're feeling down and stuff. And there's always somebody on from the retro family. If it's late at night and you can't sleep, Chaos or the Drunk Gamer is going to be on playing something.
That's true.
Or Brooklyn
We
Menace.
are.
Retro, you come on randomly. I'll get up for work at 4:30 in the morning and see you were just on an hour before, just missed it. And you can go
That's
back and
true.
you can watch Bart's videos, and those are great because I've learned a lot about pinball and stuff like that from him and G. Parker. So there's always somebody to watch out of this group, and everybody is great to talk to out of this group.
I'm going to try to feature some more ukulele playing too here.
Please, yes.
in the future.
Let's do
but
this.
I think we'll hold off on today. I'm a little out of tune here, I think. So, anyway.
Oh, yeah, that was good. But Cole makes a good point. If you follow all of the retro family and you connect with all of the people in the retro family, you will always have some sort of entertainment at all hours of the day and night. So you're absolutely right. Let's continue to connect. Let's get back together again, and let's do this again. This was fun. I really enjoyed seeing you guys. Thank you so much. Let's all say goodbye and wave to the cameras, and we'll see you next time.
Bye,
All right.
everyone.
Bye,
See you.
guys.
Yeah.
Happy 4th of July.
Happy
Yeah.
4th.